Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Under the Radar, a place where we discuss your favorite superstars inside and outside the NBA. Today's story is Justin Brownlee. Now, how did Justin become one of the greatest PBA imports of all time? And how did he become the greatest import in Ginebra history? Let's roll the clock. Justin Donta Brownlee was born on April 23, 1988 in Tifton, Georgia. Son of Geneva and Stanley Brownlee Sr., and he has one brother, Stanley Jr., and three sisters, Kalina, twin Justina, and Stephanie. And they're all majoring in sports management. Justin was raised in Marianna, Florida, where he played his senior high school season in Choctawhatchee Senior High School in Florida. Since he was not a very highly sought-out player, he decided to attend City College, and he attended City College of San Francisco during the 06 to 07 season. He was selected as first-team All-State JUCO selection in California after averaging 20 points per game in his one season with the Rams. Chipola, where he transferred, he averaged 10 points, 5.7 rebounds for Chipola Junior College in Marianna, Florida. Justin transferred to St. John's University in New York to play Division I ball. Justin averaged 7 points, 4.4 rebounds, 1 assist for his junior season. He played 32 games, drawing 3 starts and totaled 11 double-figure scoring games and 2 contests with more than 10 rebounds. He finished 4th with the squad with 4.5 boards per game, and he tied for 2nd in most block shots in his squad. He was 3rd among the Red Storm players with a 74.2 free throw percentage, scoring 23 out of 31 attempts, while he scored 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 blocks against Connecticut in the Big East tournament. In his senior season in 2010 to 2011 season, he was able to have an opportunity to be coached by Mike Dunlap, the current assistant coach for the defending NBA champions, the Milwaukee Bucks, working alongside Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach Dunlap had a lot of amazing things to say about Justin when he recalled his coaching experience in St. John's in a recent webinar in the Hoops Coaches International webinar. When he was asked about his experience coaching Justin, Mike said, "Smart, versatile, really smart, and could score naturally. The unrealized potential at the time, he had a higher ceiling. He was gonna get better." He was one of those guys that were positionless before positionless became a fashionable word. He had a knack. The thing about the pro level, whether it's in the Philippines, the NBA, or Australia, or Euroball, is that the money is on the line. You need guys that can score, said Dunlap. And Justin was one of those guys that you didn't have to have a diagram in play. All of a sudden, he would do something that you went, "Oh my God," and he was one of those guys, and I cannot agree more. He never had a bite to him. He just knew how to get along with people, so that's what I like about him. And that's a lot of the amazing praise from Coach Mike Dunlap. Justin averaged 12 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 34% from downtown for his senior season, improving his three-point percentage from 22% to 34% in his senior season. He declared for the 2011 NBA draft, where sadly he went undrafted. Justin started his professional basketball career in Mexico, playing for Toros de Nuevo Laredo. He played for the New York Knicks in the 2012 NBA Summer League. Then, he spent the rest of the 2012 NBA season with the Maine Red Claws, now called the Maine Celtics, the G League affiliate of the Boston Celtics. He played for the New York Knicks yet again for the 2013 NBA Summer League, then they signed him to a contract. But sadly, they released him just 2 days later. Now that is some BS. He spent the rest of the 2013 season with the Erie Bayhawks. As soon as his contract expired, Justin decided, "I will take my talents overseas." And he decided to play for the Division II Italian club Germani Brescia for the 2014 to 2015 season. Justin then played for the Division I French club Elan Charlon for the 2015 to 2016 season. After averaging 15 points per game in both leagues, Ginebra decided to call for his services. Former teammate in Maine, Paul Harris, went down with a hand injury, so Ginebra desperately needed an import replacement for Paul within the next 24 to 48 hours because they were in the middle of the season. Now Justin was available, and as soon as he made his debut of 31 points, 13 rebounds against the Alaska Aces, the rest was history. Justin and the Gin Kings easily breezed through the rest of the 2018 Governor's Cup season, and they reached the 2018 Governor's Cup Finals against Alan Durham in the Meralco Balts. And Justin made one of the greatest shots in PBA history, while Alan Durham was guarding him with a cold-blooded three to cement himself as one of Ginebra's best players of all time. After that successful championship win in Game 6 and that amazing dagger by Justin, giving Ginebra fans their first championship since 2008, reigniting the NSD fan spirit around the Philippines. Justin and the Gin Kings won the 2017 Governor's Cup. After winning that successful championship, Justin decided to sign with the San Miguel Alab Filipinas, the team of the Philippines in the ABL, the CN Basketball League, along with NBA veteran Reynaldo Balkman to replace Ivan Johnson and Reggie Ocosa as the two primary imports. And they ended up winning the ABL title in just 3 games in a 5-game series against the Thailand famous Mana Vampire. And as soon as Justin won that successful ABL title, Justin had to come back to help Ginebra turn their season around with their bad 1-3 start to win the 2018 Commissioner's Cup against the Beermen in just 6 games, where he was named the import of the conference. Justin then suited up for the Mighty Sports Philippine team along with NBA veteran Lamar Odom and CBA veteran Randolph Morris to win the 30th Dubai International Basketball Tournament for the Philippines. He joined Al Riyadi to win the Lebanese Championship and the Lebanese Cup, and he was also announced the All-Lebanese third team. Then he rejoined Ginebra yet again for the 2019 Commissioner's Cup and the 2019 Governor's Cup. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, funny part about the, 2019 Commissioner's Cup, I gotta stop you there for a second. And I have a story about me meeting Justin Brownlee. Alright, this is how I met him. And all of a sudden, I look over my shoulder, it's Justin Brownlee. My mind froze, because as soon as I see like a professional basketball player, I have like a memory USB that contains all of, that player's greatest highlights, and they would just shove it into my brain like a projector. And all I saw was the game 6 shot in my mind, over and over and over again. Him pulling it up, top of the key, from downtown, swishing it in front of Alan Durham, and sinking and grabbing the championship. That's all that was playing in my mind. Literally, it was like a movie, So, as soon as I couldn't really decide on having a pair of Kobe's, I decided, you know what, I'm kind of hungry, but I don't think I should, grab a pair. Justin was there also. So, he checked out a couple pairs of Jordans. I think he checked out the Jordan 3s or something like that, or the Jordan 11s, and then they didn't have it in his size. So, he ended up going outside also. And I went outside since I was planning to leave already. And I had to ask my mom can you take a picture of me and Justin? So me and my mom approached Justin, and he say, "Hi Justin, would you mind if you would grab a picture with us or something like that?" And then he's like, "Oh yeah, sure. All right, come here." And then we took the picture. Here's the photo. Really, really nice. Justin's a really down-to-earth dude, really cool, really nice. He was there with his friend. And after we talked for a bit, they invited us to watch Game 2 of the semifinals against, TNT. And I had so much fun afterwards. So I really think the friend of Justin and Justin, you guys are very cool, very down-to-earth. Thank you, Justin. Even though it's been a couple years, thank you, man. You are the GOAT for that. Where during the 2019 Commissioner's Cup, they were eliminated by Terrence Jones and TNT Catropa in the semifinals. Then, Ginebra came with vengeance entering to the 2019 Governor's Cup, where Justin averaged 27 points per game, along with 11 rebounds and 6 assists per game, winning his 4th PBA title with the ball club, cementing himself as the greatest import in Ginebra history. Recently, Justin last played for El Sharia of the UAE Basketball League before returning to Ginebra for this upcoming 2021 Governor's Cup. Now, I have some high expectations for this team. I think we're going to win the championship. The only two teams that can keep us away from that amazing gold, beautiful trophy is the Beermen. I mean, it's always the Beermen. Of course, they have CJ Perez, and then they have a new reinforced, Def 5 along with Simon and Ciso in there. And of course, you have Motel Tua, Junmar Fajardo. They still have Chris Ross and Terrence Romeo. So that's just a ridiculously good lineup. And now they have Brandon Brown, who is technically one of the best defensive anchors in Asia. If you can dominate Korea, you're pretty sure you're one of the best players in Asia. Next, we of course have the TNT Katropang Giga. Of course, they reinforced themselves with, Mackenzie Moore after this championship win in the Philippine Cup. But Mackenzie's a ridiculously good player. But, I mean, yes, he's a really good player, but I feel like chemistry is better than individual skill. Because basketball is a team game. Because it's 15 people, not one person, or 6 people versus 15 people. No, it's 15 people versus 15 people. Even though you're the best player, it's technically 15 people, So I'm expecting, Ginebra to win it all. Come on. If we're going to have Signy Ongmubere off the bench, a pretty darn solid 3, or could be 4. I don't know how Coach Tim Cohn's gonna, deal with Signy Ongmubere, but I am seeing that Signy is improving his 3-point shooting, and I'm ridiculously excited with that. I can't wait to see Justin see Scotty wear his new signature shoe with World Balance, and I'm excited for him to catch lobs and give lobs to Japet. And of course, C-Stan. I'm very excited since this is the first time in C-Stan's career that he's going to play with Justin. So I'm ridiculously excited. So I'm expecting us to win it all. But if we don't win it all, it's either the Beermen or TNT Katropang Giga. But honestly, NSD, man, I believe in our team, man. I believe it. But honestly, Ginebra for the win. Like I always say, Ginebra for the win. I got that Ginebra ko across my chest. I mean, well, it's in the laundry right now, but it's across my chest. Embroidered or something. I mean, I wore that jersey a little bit too much, but hey! So, good luck, Justin. Good luck, Ginebra. I hope you guys have an amazing season. Ladies and gentlemen, if you loved today's video, hit that like button and hit that red subscribe button to join the family. New basketball videos every single week. God bless, stay safe, and I shall see you all next week. Goodbye.